Good morning, this is Angela with Parker's Permaculture. Today I'm going to take you on a tour of Concentrates Northwest, a local organic agricultural supply company located in Milwaukee, Oregon. Now, a quick note, if you've been to Concentrates before, they have moved their showroom to a different warehouse in the same complex, so be sure and follow the signs. Concentrates used to be located in southeast Portland, but it has since moved to a larger warehouse south of the city. When you show up, you'll see a bunch of herbs and starts for sale out front, and then you step into the warehouse and can clearly see this is the place to source all kinds of agricultural needs, be it soil amendments, rock dust, literature, and feed, and many, many other products. You can see in their little bookstore, they have quite a large selection of books on homesteading, farming, gardening philosophy, and permaculture. All kinds of lovely selections here. This is one of my favorite books on growing pawpaws, by the way, if you are interested. It's very informative. They also stock my all-time favorite gardening book, The Resilient Gardener by Carol Depp. If you're in the Pacific Northwest, this book is fabulous, but it's a great read for anybody. Concentrates is very intentional about stocking products, including their feed and tools, grown or made here in the Pacific Northwest. For folks looking to restore fertility and also remineralize their soil, they have a whole range of products from bagged bokashi, mineral amendments, and glacial rock dust powders, as well as many, many other products for folks that are looking to heal and restore their soil. There's a certain quaintness to the displays that kind of reminds me of Portland in the early 2000s. It is very wholesome, very homemade, supporting those small local producers. You can see here that they support a little home-run dahlia production. I have a little refrigerator where you can purchase all kinds of beneficial insects, from ladybugs to local mantids to beneficial parasitoid wasps to control flies in your barn or poultry run. For folks interested in a larger scale production, they stock all kinds of seed trays and starting pots and grow bags as well. We came to Concentrates today to purchase a selection of whole grains in order to make fermented, soaked, enrichment scratch for our poultry. This is a really important part of supplementing their diet and improving their quality of life, and we can get all the grains we need here. Obviously, they stock pre-made food for both poultry and larger livestock, anything from cows to sheep to goats, and also even guinea pigs. I do appreciate the large percentage of organic and sustainably produced feeds that they stock, as well as the fact that many of them are grown in Oregon and Washington. I want to keep that food chain local, both for me and for my livestock. If you purchase grains for your livestock, you may have a little bit of sticker shock lately at the store, and we did as well. We also found that 2 grains that I typically use to make a scratch were completely out of stock. There are definitely shortages and definitely increases in prices. A quick shout out to any of the brands that use 100% compostable packaging for their feed versus the ones that use plastic packaging that we can't even recycle. I appreciate the organic brands here that were trying to be sustainable in all of their ways. I noticed these are folks from Washington State. In a forthcoming video, I'm going to show you how I make my soaked and fermented scratch that increases the nutrition and reduces how much food I have to feed my birds. They do have peas here, which is an ingredient a lot of people use in their scratch, but my birds won't eat it. At least most of them won't, so I leave it out. When folks in local homestead and gardening groups ask where to go to get their bulk cover crops, I always recommend Concentrates. They have large quantities of red clover, white clover, rye, vetch, and a variety of other cover crops, as well as loads of postings and information giving advice and recommendations for how and when to use your cover crops and what to select for your soil temperature and your area. They also have smaller quantities here that you can buy in bulk if you just need a few scoops for your garden and don't need a 50-pound bag. Everything is very clearly marked and the staff are very helpful. They also can tell you if they are out of stock when the next delivery date is for that item. Someone recently asked in my local gardening group where you can buy smaller quantities of weed-free straw for your garden. It looks like they stock them here in a couple different options. They also stock lots of soil amendments and potting soil, worm castings, all produced in the Pacific Northwest. They also have a sale area for torn bags. I really appreciate this, as some other local nurseries just throw away the bags that have been broken open. But here you can purchase by the pound what is left, everything from oyster shell to livestock grains to soil amendments to topsoil. One of the things I really appreciate about concentrates is the amount of labeling and signage that there is. They are trying really hard to educate and support their customers through information. If you have a smaller garden or a smaller flock, they have these 30-gallon cans at the back of the shop where you can just scoop up small quantities of what you need, be it rock dust minerals or bone meal or even scratch grains for your poultry. I really appreciate that they try and meet the needs of the small gardener or backyard homesteader and also farmers. Once again, I'm just going to mention how much I appreciate Concentrates Northwest focuses on Northwest producers. It felt like every bag we were seeing was labeled grown or produced in Oregon or Washington. Thank you for visiting Concentrates Northwest with us today. I think it's really important that we support those local businesses that support local producers and build those robust local economies. I'll be back very soon from my Portland, Oregon permaculture garden. In the meantime, please click like and subscribe and check out my Patreon down below. Thanks.